We are here today to sight in these new arrows I fletched last week on my Matthews VXR 31.5. Let's get to work. So I've done this before on my FMJs, so I believe it's called the X method. So got some painter's tape here. We're going to make an X directly in the middle of this target, and that will tell us how we need to adjust our sight, either from the left to the right, up or down on the distance pin. So let's get right to it. Preferably you would want to use some thicker tape, but I am no expert, so we are using what I have from my bathroom renovation. I am sure it will do just fine. All right. All right. That was the easy part. Now let's get to shooting. All right, we are 20 yards down range. I'm gonna shoot about 6 arrows just to get those first shots of the day jitters out. So it's not gonna affect my placement, and I'm adjusting just because my form's bad or I'm struggling with my first shots for the day. All right, so I'm gonna speed through this one real quick. All right, so we're pulling left. All right, last shot to get the jitters off. Oh, of course. You know, eye hand's a little bad for the start of the day, right? It's always what you want to hear someone say before they launch an arrow at 300 feet per second. All right, jitter shots out of the way. These are my 3 first shots for the day. Relatively consistent here. You can see that they stacked right on top of each other. Initially, I could see that it's pulling left. I was aiming right towards the center, so you can kind of see that these 2 are relatively good grouping, and this one kind of got away from me there a little bit, which could just be from being one of my first 3 shots of the day, but it's a good baseline. Let's get to actually shooting, and then we can start adjusting. All right, we're gonna start with 3 shots at the cross I created on my target, and then we are gonna adjust from there. A little bit at a time, I've noticed, goes a long way with archery. So we'll start with the first 3, adjust slightly if needed, and then we'll go from there. Hopefully after the first round, we are good to go. But I have a feeling that is not gonna be the case. All right, let's get shooting. Arrow number 1. Arrow number 2. And arrow number 3. Second arrow pulled a little bit to the left, but closer to the center. You know, I will say, having cut these arrows myself, I'm actually surprised with the consistency that I've seen in previous tests and currently. All right, arrow number 3. Oh. Okay. All right, arrow number 3. All right, let's go check that target out. Sight adjustment test number 1. We obviously, as you can see here, are pulling left, similar to the baseline I shot earlier. So we are going to move the sight towards where we're constantly pulling these arrows towards. So we're going to move the sight to the left a little bit. And we're going to go small adjustments. Like I was saying, from what I've seen in archery, a little is a lot. So let's make an adjustment and let's go from there. All right, so we have my favorite tool here, a little handy Allen key or Allen wrench. I guess it's kind of a dialect thing depending on where you're from. You can kind of see it here. We're going to go 2 of those mini notches to the left to hopefully solve for that pull that we were seeing. And hopefully this will be the only adjustment I need. Alright, and it's very important you remember where you left it, because I just knocked it out of place. So we're going to go 2 notches in, and then we're going to tighten this up again. And then we'll go out and we will shoot this. Alright, let's see how it goes. We got the bow slightly adjusted to account for the pull to the left. I'm leaving 1 arrow in there, and I'm going to give you guys this view, and I'm going to fire 3 more and see if that helped correct our problem at all. Right. As we can see here, the grouping got a little bit better. I'm still going to adjust it 1 more notch in, that'll hopefully get me towards the center. This was the original arrow. I kind of torqued my shot a little bit on this one, but I mean, these 2 you can obviously are getting closer to the center. I might need to adjust the up and down slightly on my 20-yard pin, but so far it's going pretty well. I don't think I'm going to need too much more adjusting to get these arrows flying right, but we're going to move that 1 more notch to the left, and we'll see how that improves or worsens the shot. All right, got the Allen key out again. We're gonna move this to the left 1 more notch. Actually, we're gonna go 2. All right. You know, I don't think we need to adjust the up and down, but we will see. All right. Adjusted 2 notches to the left. Let's shoot her. Remove the bow sight 2 notches to the left. We're going to shoot 3 more arrows. Let's see if we are on center. It's probably worth saying too, I've been shooting 30-inch arrows or 29-inch FMJ arrows that weigh significantly more than these Easton 6.5 millimeter arrows, so there is a learning curve there, but I've been pretty on center with the FMJs. Okay, right here 1. All right, center, but a little high. I might need to adjust that up and down, but that was only 1 arrow, so let's see after 3 what we're looking like. Okay, arrow 2. All right, a little high too, but right on top of each other, so we're placing them in the right grouping area. All right, arrow 3. Trying my hardest not to adjust, just out of natural instinct. All right, slightly high. I think we're going to need to adjust the elevation a little bit, but let me show y'all what that placement looks like. So we're continuing to sight in our self-fletched arrows here, and I just got to say and take a moment, don't you feel a little bit fucking dangerous. Sighting in your own fletched arrows and almost hitting center. I feel amazing right now. This has been such a long process. But I'm excited to have some new practice arrows and hopefully some hunting arrows in the near future. We gotta work on the up and down a little bit here. I'm still off by like a hair, probably about an inch, so not too much adjustment, and then paper tuning will come after. But let's make that adjustment and see if we can hit 3-on-3 in the center. Let's go. Okay, as I was saying, we are gonna move this. We're gonna follow our arrow. We're hitting a tiny bit up above the center bullseye. So we're gonna adjust the up over here on my sight. And we're gonna see, hopefully, I will be hitting right on center after this. All right, I think that's the best advice I ever got. Sighting in an arrow is chasing the arrow. All right, so we moved it literally maybe 1.5 notches up. So hopefully this bad boy's on center because I am ready to start a little bit of target practice. All right, she looks like a beaut. Let's shoot. We just fired 3 shots after adjusting our height a little bit up on the vertical adjustment on the sight, and I mean, I can't ask for anything better than this, really. I'm still going to play around with it slightly, but I'm literally just dancing around in a full circle around that middle bullseye there, so I think I'm good with the adjustments for today. I'm going to keep shooting these, but thank you guys for watching. If you're interested in these videos, please subscribe, follow my journey. Here in about, I think 4 months now, I'm going to go on my first whitetail deer hunt. First hunt ever, not from a hunting family, but I am excited to get out there and try to ethically source my own food for me and my family alike. All right, well, I'm going to roll a little montage of me shooting my new arrows here. Thank you, and like I was saying, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.